Thank you so much for joining in, friends. So let's go to the wisdom part. Yeah. So we are in chapter 11. SETH speaks the eternal validity of the soul, reincarnational. So in the last session we have discussed uh, about whatever the combinations and what are the process involved in reincarnation. And coming today here, uh, Seth Master explains us about the belief system. So he says, our dimension operates on the basic idea that we create our own reality. This is only the basic idea of what we have in this dimension. So uh, whatever we are experiencing it, so that's all we have self created. And what we believe, we create that reality in physical existence as well as in non physical existence. It means at a soul realm. So even in the soul goes to other dimensions, so even there, so the soul itself is the soul itself is alone who creates its own reality. So not only here we create, the soul creates in that in that soul realm also, non-physical existing realm also. So Seth Master says, if we follow these ideas individually and collectively, then the evidence of our physical senses would find no contradictions. So there will be no conflicts, there will be no uh, arguments on there. The belief system will be the belief system we have will have this belief system of truth. So our belief system always we have to follow the truth, we have to be in the truth. So, and he says this is the experiment that has not been tried and in this realm, and these are the truth that you must learn after physical death. Says even after physical death you have to learn this truth that we create our own reality. So after leaving the physical existence we will get to know, but before that, in the physical existence, living in the physical existence itself, Seth Master says realize to realize this truth that we create our own reality. And what is the relation between a belief system and this truth, the reality that we create? So whatever we create, it's from the core belief system. And he says there are other systems of probabilities not connected with our own system, which are much advanced. So there are different realms, there are different systems existing around parallel probabilities we can call it. So in that systems there are few systems, other systems as well, so which are much advanced than our physical system. So there they are aware of the truth. So what is the truth? We create our own reality. They are much advanced than us. So in that realm, individuals, so as they know that they create their own reality, so these individuals creatively, purposely create realities, knowing how to do so, and full reign to the creative abilities of consciousness. So so we have that creation, we have the creative abilities we have. So through with that creation, so every time, so if we believe it or not, we are in continuous creation process. We are creating our own existences, we are creating our own experiences, we are creating our own situations. We are in that continuous process, knowingly or unknowingly. So some we know, some we realize, some unknowingly we are creating our experiences. So but some advanced systems, there the individual there the individuals they realize this truth, and they consciously create it with their consciousness. And and here I would like to share Hanuman's message about belief system. So recently, um, few days back, when I am questioning about belief system, so because always we have to break our belief system. Our belief system is nothing but a programmed mind, a fixed mind, a fixed mindset. So we observe, our perception, our perception, whatever we see, it's from the core belief system. Okay, so if we question, so Hanuman said, so when I was thinking how to question my belief system, so how to question on my belief system, what are the areas that I need to work on. So then in the dream, so a person, so he said, whatever whatever you expect for, and whatever you want to happen, whatever you wanted to happen, things, anything, you question on that thought. That's how we can question on our belief system. Only these two lines. So when I woke up, I was thinking just these two line. I thought something, something he will give in a. Yeah, it's like human mind tendency. We always think about the complex is the truth, the complexity, or this. It's not so simple. Like we don't just go with the simple. It's always we feel satisfaction, we feel that satisfaction when it is too complex. So okay, I had to work hard on this. But when they said these two lines, so whatever you expect to happen, whatever you expect from, and whatever you wanted to happen, so just question on that. So when I started on that, thinking on that, so I realized, oh, this is I question back to back. We have to question back to back. So what is the difference between expect to happen and wanted to happen, right? So expectation is the goal that we keep. Expectation, so we want something. This if a person see, like, if he wants to go to somewhere, so it's goal to reach to that destination, to particular destination. And this individual, he wants a means of transport. He selects a means of transport to go to the destination. So he expects there to be on time. So to be on time, to be there to particular destination is his expectation. So he wants something, he tries something to reach that goal, to reach his own expectations. So whatever we wish, whatever he wants, so what's the means of transport he selects, or whatever he wish for. So this is all we have to question. That means it's so simple that we have to question on each and every thought. So when we question, though it is truth, though it seems like truth, though we believe that, whatever we believe, we have to question on that. Though it is truth, we should not get limit. We should not get confined to, oh, this is like, okay, this is only is equal to this. There is nothing like equal to this. So every time there will be an improvement. Every time there will be a betterment. Every time there will be a hidden truth. So we have to, every time we have to question on ourselves. So then this belief system we carry from our past life. So few we carry from our past life. That's what Hanuman said. Not only this, you carry from your ancestors. your belief system from our ancestors. And who are the ancestors? We ourselves are the ancestors, right? So we are the ancestors. So some, like few, we carry from that, and some we carry from our past life, and some here in the environment that we are brought up. So we, nothing to blame on others, we should not blame on others. So because even they have brought up, even their belief system is brought up by the elders, even the before generations. So for every thought we have to question, we have to break, we have to break our own limits. When, so we cross, we will overcome certain, we will overcome certain habits, we will overcome certain certain thoughts, certain fears, certain emotions, unless to when we break our belief system, right? Because whatever we create here, whatever we are creating in our life, it's based on the belief system. So when you question, you have to question back. So every, for every question you have to question, for every thought you have to question it. When you realize, oh, this is what, this is the this is what I am relying on, this is what I am thinking, I am believing on. So whatever you believe, again you have to question it back, right? It's easy, it's easy, so we can do that. Now coming to Seth wisdom. So this belief system, so some after death conditions, Seth master says, some means some individual, some after death conditions or that are not connected with our system. So when we um, have learned to our capacity in this between period, so there will be a like learning period. This between period is like a learning period. What is in between period? Before incarnation and after death. So this in between period, it's called a learning period. So in this period, so we progress ourselves. And not only here, friends, we are progressing uh, everywhere, in every existence. We are progressing in every moment. When you observe it, our soul is not constant, our consciousness is not constant. It's like, it's like flowing water, it's like flowing a river. So it's keep on, everyone, everywhere, and every, for every being, it's a continuous process. We are evolving moment by moment. So it's not, nothing here is stable. Okay, so even framing labels on people, framing our opinions, even on people opinions and judgments. So we are we still carrying anything? So even you have to question that, because it's a we are evolving, it's a continuous process. And here in between period, we are ready to progress. So this period have many dimensions. This in between period has many dimensions of activity and divisions of experiences. Everyone does not know everyone else. Now go, well, let's go to the soul's realm. So in that soul's realm, just like us here, we don't know, if we don't know each other, there are so many, there are so many people whom we don't know. We think like we just say them like strangers, we don't know. In the same way, in the soul realm also, these souls, some so these souls, they don't know each other, and their death conditions also varies. Some has unique experiences, so every one's experience is unique there. As we have countries, why there is a subtle wisdom that Seth master is saying here. Okay, there is a subtle wisdom. So what he is explaining to us, we are unique, we have our, we are creating our own realities, and we are creating our own realities on our belief system, and each every one of our belief system is different, is unique. Okay, so everyone their perspective is through their, is from their belief system. So that's what that is, and a subtle wisdom, and we carry this belief system even after death. Now not only here, we carry this belief system after death. So here, as we don't know, like strangers, even the soul realm also, they don't know each other. And here, how this partition is happen in the physical system? It's by we have countries here in physical divisions, right? Here we have countries, borders or different divisions. And how in the soul's realm, there have psychological states. We all have the psychological states, right? So in that, there as there is no physical existence, these souls, they divide. So they have psychological divisions, psychological states based on the divisions. Have They do have the divisions based on the psychological states. To an individual in one another might seem quite foreign. So they just like we don't know other country people, so they also experience the same. And here communication happens, and communication at these stages, and a medium who passes messages can offend the intellect. And here these souls, they will pass the information to the living people who are living there, living in the physical existence. This is the period, only this is the period, the in between period. These souls will pass the message through mediums to the living existence, to the living relatives or to their family members. They pass. And when these mediums take this information to the living, these living these people, they don't believe, because they don't believe in this so because different people experience the afterlife in different ways, right? So when souls communicate these mediums, their messages might seem contradictory, because each one only describe what they personally went through, right? What they personally went through, they will experience that. And these mediums, when they carry the same information to the living, to the living person, to the living relatives, so these relatives, they feel like conflict, they like offend to the intellect. Offend to the intellect means they feel the complexity. So here we want the information to be very clear and very in a neat. And their Seth Master says there is no single universal experience of the afterlife. Everyone's journey is unique. But this idea can be difficult for the human mind to accept, because we tend to be prefer clear and simple answers. And whatever we think here in the belief system, here the people who are living, who are existing, and there the in that realm the truth is different, and here what we believe is different. So when they pass this information, these living, they can't believe that. Okay. And most individuals and most souls who communicate to the living relatives have not reached the time of choosing yet. So what is the choosing here? The next incarnation. So the souls, whoever pass the information, whoever pass the messages to the living relatives, they are still, they are not in the planning state of reincarnation. They are still with that belief system, they are still connected to their past life, the immediate past life. And they want to connect again, they want to connect with the, that means the memories, the attachments. So whatever the attachments of their immediate past life, they want to communicate with the family members. And have not, and these souls, they have not completed the training. What's the training? That just whatever we have discussed in the earlier sessions. The trainings, the cycle, the emotions, if they are attached to, or their lessons, the whatever the past lessons, unless they detach themselves from the immediate past life memories, these souls can't plan for the next birth, and they don't go to the training period. So they may still perceiving realities in terms of their old beliefs, whatever the beliefs they still carry. So this type of communication, Seth Master says, it won't happen for every soul. It's not compulsory, right? So not every soul passes the information, wants to pass this information to their living relatives. If this type of communication happens only with a strong purpose, if there is a purpose, it's a strong purpose for the soul to pass this, that to pass this information, there will be a strong purpose. So the souls which has a strong bond of relationship in an immediately previous life, they pass this information, and there will be a purpose. And the communicators, whoever the medium, because these souls can't directly pass the information to the relatives, to the living people who are in this physical existence, they can't pass. So there should be a medium, because the frequency is different and everything is different there, so they can't pass this information. So the mediums, there will be like mediums who passes this information. They are like communicators. These communicators inform the living relatives that existence continues, and they can do it in terms that the living can understand. So these communicators try to pass this information to the living people, to the relatives who are still living in the physical existence. And they say that, these that they are like in their continuous process. It's like they are in their journey. These souls, they are in their journey. But the they often relate themselves, these souls, why they want to pass this information. So some, they believe that they relate themselves to the living, still they carry those memories. Since often their belief are still the same, so in these fortunate circumstances, they can communicate their knowledge as they learn. So some some people, so some souls who are whatever they have learned in that soul realm, if they're still attached, though they are still attached to the living, attached to the physical existence, whatever they have learned there, they will pass this information, whatever it is happening there, whatever the knowledge they have gained in that, in after death. So they will pass this information through the communicators, some very few souls. And they are in the they are in the progressive state. They are not stuck in their belief system. So we have that book, friends, like um, the whatever the souls, we are having the sessions, evening sessions, right? The loss of the spirit world, isn't it? The loss of the spirit world. So in that, these souls, they have left their body. That means these two sons, they are like two sons, right? They left their body, but they pass whatever the information, whatever the training, whatever it goes there, whatever they are undergoing, the knowledge, they pass through the mediums. They pass through directly to their parents, the laws of the spirit world. That's what the book is. The karma, everything, whatever the relation, what it goes on there, about the higher master, about the higher realms, they pass this information. So Seth Master says there are few souls who share this knowledge, and this happens on an exception, so only for few souls. And gradually, so they want to pass through the communicators. And gradually their own interest changes, and they take up relationship in their new existence. That means they will be in the planning, the souls who plan for the next reincarnation, for the reincarnation. So they will disconnect from the immediate past life memories, and they will disconnect from all the attachments, bonds, or relationships. At the time of choosing, the personality is already preparing itself at the time of choosing. So that means if the soul comes to the stage of choosing period, that means it's a sign that it is going to reincarnate. And in our time, in our terms of time, how much time will the soul takes to reincarnate? Right? This period can last for centuries, or only few years. So in our there is no time and space are only for this dimension we consider, and this time and space are assumptions as well. Seth Master says there is no such thing like time. Time is not existing, it's a assumption, so what we believe that. But here in upper realms, in the soul realm, there is no time, there is no concept of time, right? And these souls can reincarnate according to our time. Okay, according to our time, these souls can reincarnate, can plan for next birth, it can wait for centuries, or only few years. And again, there are exceptions, there are terms and conditions there. And there are some cases in which personality chooses to reincarnate immediately. So some souls, they want to come, they want to take the physical birth, they want to come to this existence, physical existence immediately. So in that matter of in a matter of hours, Seth Master says some souls, they will reincarnate in just a matter of hours. Here they will depart and they will take birth in next few hours, they will take birth. That's how fast they decide. Here Seth Master says this is usually unfortunate, taking immediate within hours, the birth taking immediate in few hours. This is usually unfortunate, and why it is caused? It is caused by an obsessive desire to return physical life. They are too much attached to the physical existence, and they want to take immediate birth. So this type of return can also be taken, and some souls, with the condition, with the obsessive desire, they will take. And there are some souls which take this birth with a great purpose, in order to finish an important and necessary project already they have, which they have begun. So if there is a greater purpose, even those souls also take immediate birth. So right, and also whatever the belief system we carry here, so immediately we do carry in with the afterlife also. So when we be with the truth here, so definitely it will be helpful not only here. So even when we follow, when we be with the truth, when we completely believe that we are creating our own reality, then obviously we'll be conscious, right? So we can take the we can create consciously, right? So thank you so much. Then we do have certain topics to cover in this chapter still remaining. We'll cover in the next session, right? If at all you want to share anything, you can unmute yourself. Right. Ram sir.
Yes, thanks a lot, Sharada ji. Wonderful meditation, beautiful music it was, and the SETH wisdom as well. You know, it's like the best thing to listen. So many interesting and connecting wisdom that comes by. We are always creating. This is the fundamental truth, and we are creating through our belief systems. So it is always said, look into your belief systems. And everything that we create falls back to us because we thought this is the right thing. And so what we think is right had to be looked upon very, very consciously. We always think this is right. Again, we have to think if that we are thinking right is right or not. Is it aligned to the truth or not? We are born into a belief system. People carry, I'm a Muslim, I'm a Christian, I'm a Hindu, I'm this, I'm that. Everything is part of a belief system. Maybe aligned to the truth, maybe not aligned to the truth. We should have so much courage, so much courage to question our own thinking pattern. Only courageous people can do. Non courageous people will never question those thoughts. And why do they have courage? Because they're aligned to the truth. They seek the truth. Only the seekers of the truth can go and ask to themselves, the way I'm thinking, is it correct or not? You are questioning your own self. You're not questioning others. You question your own self because you have a great seeking to excel. You have a great seeking because you want to connect to the light, to the right information, to the truth. If we do not do that, then we stay where we are. We continue to create that which is not aligned to the truth. And again, we create our own reality. There is no difference between here and there, as below, so above. So it is important that every single moment we look into our own self constantly. Like wonderful it is said, question your expectations. What are you expecting in life? I want to have a family. I want to have a house. I want to have this. I want to have that. All these expectations maybe are counterproductive in your own life. So that is why it is important to question everything. How do you define your own self? Ask yourself. There is something that comes out and question that. What is going to happen after death? Some answer comes out. And you think that is true. Maybe it is true. Maybe it is not. No, it is not true. You have to question that. Where did you come from? Who is God? Everyone have some or the other belief systems. Is that true or not? Question that. Have courage to question. If you don't have courage, we cannot excel. You should have courage. And spirituality teaches be courageous. Truth directs you into courageousness. If you are afraid of questioning all these fundamental questions, we never go into light. So Seth Master always inspires us, and he is indeed, guiding us and inspiring us constantly through these statements, these wisdoms that question. Look into your belief patterns. It's like the spectacles. If we are wearing pink spectacles, the world look pink. If you wear black spectacles, the world will look black, and we think the world is black, but it is just because of the glasses we are wearing. It is just because of the belief system through which we see the things that the reality changes. Thanks a lot, Shadhana.
Amazing, sir. So many questions about belief system. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Shailaja.
Hi, Sharda.
Hi.
Thank you once again for the wonderful session. So, like when I just wanted to share one small experience of mine. You were reading, telling the souls might take birth immediately. This one actually I didn't knew because a few years back, one of my relative, by relation, she'll become a grandmother for me. So she was diagnosed with cancer and then she left her body. After like just maybe 2 or 3 months, we got to know that her daughter-in-law is pregnant. Okay, her son's wife. She gave birth to a girl baby. After few years, when we see that girl, she just the way my grandmother was behaving, her nature, exactly she does the same thing. Like everyone, like they were in my relatives, they were telling, okay, again she has born. For me, after coming into meditation, reading the soul books, I was always wondering how come so immediately that a soul can come back. I was always thinking it needs some at least few years. It was just a matter of few months. So now you cleared my whole doubt, which was back of my mind. So So there is possibility that even souls can take birth immediately. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah,
Not
that
even in hours, right? Not
when
not
it
only
okay.
months, not only months, not only
Okay.
days, even in hours.
Okay. So in
Mm.
that case, I
Mm.
know there is a time difference here and spirit world,
Mm.
but still the soul will go through so quickly all the process, like maybe
No, they
healing,
won't.
soul
They won't
planning.
be in that process. Um,
Okay.
in that learning process. That's why they just bring that old belief system again.
Oh, okay. So that is why that girl, like, she behaves just the same way.
We don't know, right? We
We
are
it
not.
might or might
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Ramsar,
Shadagaru, is that the reason why Seth Master tells that it's an unfortunate,
mm,
like
mm. And yeah,
taking.
they don't take the advice of guides. They don't.
Uh,
They won't learn the process. So
okay,
whatever the process need to undergo, they won't get educated.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
So
Ramsar.
something I would like to share here,
Yeah.
it is a multiple probability, Sailajaji. So number one, as the families that we send off a person, what are the expectations we have? And that is as well acting a play, right? So it is generally said that a soul would never come back quickly, would never want to come back quickly because of lot of things, even to integrate its journey that had just completed. So only souls out of greater purpose, they are allowed to come back quickly because they're so matured that the integration is always happening. And for others, that is why in families it is very, 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 very important that, when someone passes over, they instantly start thinking, okay, you will come back as my granddaughter, you will come back as my grandson. It's a very stupid way of thinking. It is because people do not know anything, a iota of knowledge they don't have any wisdom. So it is very important for families who send off a person to greatly understand what happens after leaving the physical body. It is because of these desires of the family that is sending off a person, certain attributes are passed on to the new coming soul. It can be the person who had left the body, or it cannot be. But because of strong desire for this family, certain qualities might have been attributed to the kid or to the incoming soul. So it is not necessary that it is the same soul that is coming, because at the soul level, no soul would want to come back quickly except for a great desire to the physical reality, rejecting the soul realities. And very, very in rare cases, it happens. And however, in majority of the cases in the families, we always say this, that a new coming soul is instantly tagged. This is your grandmother. This is your grandsister. This is your that. This is your this. So it is very, very, very key. Unless and until they do not know the truth, they should not give the tags. It is very important, because the incoming soul will truly undergo a lot of trauma that it doesn't deserve. That is why it is important that the soul lessons are properly shared to everyone. It can be difficult for the family that is leaving. And when it is time, when we know the truth, we have to share the truth. And that is why we are listening and getting through all these truth. So, yes, it is possible. However, it is of minute possibility that a outgoing soul very quickly returns. At the soul level, they would love to stay on the other side, integrate all the learnings, and that's the best thing to happen. So even for the families that undergo a death, they should never expect them to come back, or pull them back to the life quickly. So it's a two-way path. We should be wise as well as the families who are in the physical body, allowing the person that is leaving.
Yeah, thanks, Ram. Yeah, that's a great, message today, because this is very normal in like most of the families. Like they just say yes, they have to come back, as you said, and we don't even realize, just like saying that it has so much of impact on the souls over there and as well as here. I mean, it has just become a norm or a normal, like very common. We, without realizing, we just say that. Yes. Thank you, Ram. Thank you for sharing this wisdom. Thank you. And also, it's very important. Yes, even though people are like are not into spiritual path, or but still, when we are there, it is we should share this knowledge, especially this life after death knowledge. It's really important for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Ram sir. Thank you, Sam. Very clear, and everyone needs this wisdom, what you have shared. Thank you so much. It's again belief system, isn't it, sir? Thinking about
Yeah.
that they are going to come back. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you, friends. Then we'll meet in the next session. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all.